Welcome into a new version of the DGD podcast, folks. Talking season is over. We're gearing up full steam ahead to the 2025 football season, and it starts right now. I'm your host, Robert Reynolds. Got Keon in the building, Caleb, KTG in the building. Guys, how are y'all doing?
I'm doing good, man. Happy to be back. Happy to be back in action. Gotta say, love the new intro. So shout outs to Rob there on the creative production side. But yeah, no, I love the intro. Feeling good, man. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good, man. Caleb, how are you, sir?
Man, it's my third live stream of the day, man. I'm kicking it. Just running off of caffeine and dreams, baby.
I'll say this: if you're interested in watching Caleb stream, he streams College Football 26, and you can find him on his Twitch, and that's twitch.tv/KTG13TV, or you can stick right here, and he goes on YouTube as well. So you can find him on our YouTube channel or his Twitch channel. Monday through Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
Monday through Friday,
excuse me. So it's worth noting if anybody wants to hang out and, bust his balls while he's playing college football. Before we start, I want to get you up on that because the 26 game has been fun. Don't necessarily like how they got Gunner looking on this game, but where are you at with the game and everything? Because you're playing online and ranked and everything, and where are you at now?
Well, right now I actually got to pull it up here. I'm 581st in the world. Just got knocked out of the Heisman division. Had a tough 2 days. I haven't been feeling well, but I'm 83-40 overall. Love the game. I mean, Nate Frazier's a stud on there. Zach Branch is a stud. The defense is hard hitting as we're supposed to be. Gunner's lacking a little bit, but I actually played pretty well with Gunner today. He was on today. I don't know why different days he's on and off, but I love the game. I enjoy, chatting with the YouTube fam, the Twitch fam, and it's just, man, I just love football and being able to just play a simulated virtual version of it, even though it pisses me off. It's fun, man. The game's awesome. They did a great job. I know it's new, so there needs to be some bugs that need to be fixed. But overall, I think the game's an A+, man. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. I've been doing my dynasty as well. Let's look. Enough of the games. All right, it's time to get down to fucking business. All right, let's just call a spade a spade. Got a lot to talk about. Like I said, the first things first, season is here. SEC Media Days just wrapped up last week. Kirby Smart came out. We talked about that last week. The comment of the SEC Media Days, in my opinion, right? We sell transactions or not transactions. We sell relationships, not transactions. Thought that was beautiful. Relatively quiet though, and I kind of like that. It's a good sign. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about that now that we're gearing up for the season. We're going to take questions from the comment section as well. So fire them things up and get them going. But let's start with this. Let's get this out of the way first before we get down to the real business. Keon, Valdez Sohn commits to Georgia. Tell me why. I'm just ecstatic. But overall, Caleb, Keon, what are your thoughts on that addition, right? Because everybody looked at that last Tuesday and a really bad day recruiting-wise. But I'm here to tell you, you pick up Nick Abrams, you pick up Valdez Sohn. I'm loving where that is right now, like where we are as a class.
Absolutely.
Loving
where we are as a class. Valdez Sohn, love him as a recruit. You're talking about a guy that the staff looked at and said that this dude is like a mixture between more of like a Elijah Griffin and a Jalen Carter mixed. So if you're getting that out of this kid, man, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, them Dawgs have been hell on that trail and they've been hell on the field. And with a guy like Valdensone, I just don't see that shit stopping anytime soon.
I mean, you add him to the class that we had, right? Obviously, losing James Johnson. If you're not careful, we're not one to stargaze over here, folks. Listen, I'm not saying it wasn't a big loss because that was a legit player. I mean,
right.
Reason why they got him at number 1 on the board there. But it sounds like Georgia found them somebody that they could not let go. They had to do anything and everything to get Sohn in this class, and they did. Coming from Sweden. But if you watch this tape, to be 320 plus, the kid is a freak, and he's young when it comes to the game of football. So there's a lot of growth there, potentially. So it's going to get interesting to see how Coach Scott gets him situated when he gets to Athens and coached up. And honestly, I don't know if a lot of people remember this, but there was a key factor to his recruitment, and that was J.J. Hane coming in from last cycle. Right, coming out of Germany. So it's worth noting, right, that is Georgia starting to build this international pipeline? Like, are the Dawgs going worldwide? Like,
prestige worldwide. Why?
Last week we put a paper on a B and it died. Good afternoon, Dan Funk in the comments. But no, I mean, listen, in all seriousness, all right, we've got this Nigerian pipeline with Coach Uzo Duribe. And so you're telling me you're starting to get PPI and Coach and Brandon Collier, right? Bringing in JJ Hane. Now you got Valdensone. It's getting interesting.
Yeah, it's getting Cameroonian.
Yeah, it's obviously we're sitting there. Georgia's at 30 commits right now, and honestly, you're probably not done, which sounds just absolutely ridiculous and crazy. But sign me up.
Yeah,
sign me up. It's one of those things where obviously we know, right? Like you're seeing the recruiting shape up because I think y'all know how it correlates into the team and everything for the season. You have to have an established recruiting class. That recruiting class gets developed, and you start to see the guys on the field like we're about to talk about here in just a second. Enough of the recruiting. The off season, the talking season has come and gone. If it comes up again, we will bring it up. But until then, it's time to get down to the true task at hand. And that's talking about this team. Keon, how crazy is it if I told you that the media has Texas winning the conference over Georgia? How crazy is it?
Insane.
Why is that?
It's like they haven't been watching what we've been doing. We don't have any idea of slowing down. The saying is, what's that coming down the track? It's the mean machine in red and black. See, we're just going to keep rolling. So you either roll with it or get rolled over.
You're not wrong. I will say this, though. The hype for Arch Manning is my opinion, why they've got Texas there. You've got Colin Simmons. You've got some guys, but they lost a ton. And Arch hasn't really been, like, truly tested, right? There's more experienced quarterbacks in the conference. I look at Garrett Nussmeier. I look at Jackson Arnold having experience outside of the conference, but still nonetheless. But I'm trying to understand this. Why is Texas ahead of us when we beat the fuck out of them at their house and then beat them in the SEC title game? We beat them twice. I'm trying to understand it. But I guess I do understand why they're probably doing it, and it's because of Gunnar Stockton. And it's just one of these things where he's untested, but the logic doesn't tie out to me. It just doesn't. I mean, Arch can be said the same thing. You throw a nice pass against the fucking cupcake, and now you're the next coming of Jesus Christ. Confirmed, apparently, because he was the next coming of Jesus Christ when he committed to Texas to begin with. But I'm just sitting there, and they lost a lot on the defensive side of the ball too. I know they got Simmons and Anthony Hill, right? Those are legit guys, but they lost Makuba. They lost a lot of that secondary. I'm just sitting here trying to look at it with what Georgia's put into the team moving forward. I'm trying to understand it. Honestly, I would probably be on board with saying maybe Alabama could take over instead of Texas. I don't see Texas being there. I can make the argument. I think you can make the argument for Bama. I think Bama's going to be dirty this year. Their defense is legit, and their offense, I think you're going to see a level of explosiveness that Milroe didn't provide. More verticality, stuff like that.
So for me, right, I'm a huge believer in the Mannings. That comes with being a Giants fan, right? So with that, looking at a guy like Arch, I get where they're coming from with it all. Like, I get that, they want to have high expectations and all of this other stuff. I think he's going to end up becoming a really good quarterback. But I don't see the jump that they're seeing. Because, yet again, I do agree with you. I think you lose guys that you just, I don't look at them and say that they have the depth to replace an Andrew Makuba, to replace a Jade Barron who just won the Thorpe. And even if let's say you had a guy who was on the defense in the DB room who, could be poised. Okay, well, then you look at that wide receiving core. You might have 1 to 2 guys that's maybe started a game. You got guys in there that maybe have gotten reps, but they never started for real. And then on top of that, you're looking at a running back room. I got about as many questions for their running back room, if not more, than what I have for ours. At least you could say throughout everything that happened to us last year, Nate Frazier finished the season. Cash Jones finished the season. Now, Roderick didn't. Cool. But then you go out there and you get a Josh McCray and you bring him in from Illinois as well. You get a Bo Walker, you bring him in as well.
I'm so excited for him.
Bro, me too. Listen, bro. We haven't had a Walker fail us. So at this point, we're just going to keep riding a hot hand. To me, I just look at it from an aspect of, I get where they're coming from, but also pump the brakes. Because let's understand, throughout all of the problems and the issues that Georgia had last year, we kind of moved through the conference fairly easy outside of 2 games? Rob, you are muted. See?
There we go. Preseason form, baby. You know how it goes. But
yeah.
No, in all seriousness, but all seriousness, I think with last season, right, you look at the Ole Miss game on the road, that was an obliteration. There's no getting around that. I can't sugarcoat that. That was just, you got your ass beat for 60 minutes. You look at the Texas game, right, the second one, right, in the SEC championship game, I felt like that was a struggle. But I think there was also certain situations that made it more interesting than it probably could have been. Nonetheless, obviously the Bama game, that was a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde game. I think we can all agree on that.
I think Carson throws that pass in the back of the end zone to where only Kobe Young.
I think it's a tud.
I think worst case scenario, he doesn't catch it. Now it's second down. You have a minute left. And you're already in the red zone. Just ground and pound the ball.
No, I think you're right. I just look at this. I look now looking forward. Right.
Right.
The deficiencies that we had last season be damned. There's no excuse now because a lot of the problems that we had are gone. In theory, there should not be the same level or close, in my opinion, because it was ridiculous. Right. I expect you sit there, you look at the additions, right, to Zach Branch and Noah Thomas, and obviously Kobe Young getting reinstated was massive for this squad. Then you sit there, you look at Lawson Lucky and Oscar Delp, Jaden Riddell. Now you've got Elias and Ethan Barbour, right, going back to the receiving court. You could literally pinpoint 6-7 kids and play them. Really, I feel like this receiving core under Kirby Smart has to be the deepest it's been. It feels like ever since the 2019 season when we were down 7 guys and then all of them got hurt too. Feels like an eternity since that, and also a complete 180 from where we were at that point. Again, I'm feeling the deepest in the room, and listen, we don't want to talk about it, but it's got to happen. When an injury happens, you need that depth, and I think you got it because you still got Dylan Bell, you've still got Cole Spear, you've still got London Humphreys. That's a year in the system now. Zachariah Branch, you can put him in space or you can have him block. Take your pick. And then obviously, I think the biggest question was offensive line and what that looks like. I'm kind of excited to see what Monroe Freeling playing left tackle now. I think Ernest Green has a short leash, but I'm giving him the benefit of a doubt because it was a rough year last year for a lot of people, not just him. So from an offensive standpoint, hold on. And the running backs. Obviously, I think Nate drives everything. But still need McCray in those short yardage downs. Let me see a little bit of Roderick when he gets healthy. Let me see Bo Walker. I'm excited, and there's a lot of optimism there. And the fact that the media wants to push this inexperience from Gunnar Stockton is funny because the same inexperience that he has, Arch has the same way. And I've seen Arch get completely shit on when he played against us.
I'll say this, too. This is the one thing that that baffles me about them picking Texas. They come to Athens. It's going to be loud. It's going to be rowdy. And Arch Manning's going to have to be the one to beat us because if I'm not mistaken, last year in the 2 games that we played them, they rushed the ball 55 times for a total of 60 yards in 2 games. If that happens next year, it's ugly. We're going to beat their ass like we did over there. So I think our DBs, we may have the best DB backfield in the nation.
Caleb, I look at last season with Texas when they lost Cedric Baxter at the preseason or before the season started, and they lost him for the season. The dynamic of that running back room changed substantially. However, you get him back if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be interesting to see that getting back in the fold and how that looks.
All right, so gentlemen, before we even jump into that and I even throw in what I was going to say, let's look at it like this. We've been watching we'll just say we've been watching football for 20 years, right? That sounds safe, right?
Collectively a lot longer, but yeah.
Yeah, no, individually 20 years, right? So we all know that after somebody tears their ACL, they're never, unless your name is Nick Chubb or Adrian Peterson, you're never coming back that following year and giving that same level of output into that following season. I think if anything, they're going to nurse him for at least half of the season and then try to see if he can go that full distance. But you're not going to get what you were hoping to get out of him last year, this year, coming off of an ACL tear. You're not. Also, you were talking about, you're not. Like that's. I mean, we've watched too much football. Like that just doesn't happen. I'm sorry. Outliers, of course, outliers don't make rules, right? So, but I think a big thing for us that I don't think a lot of people are talking about is this Cole Kublik article that he came out with, where he took Elo to pretty much win SEC Defensive Player of the Year.
Player of the Year, yeah.
Yeah, I want to provide this quote here. He goes, another guy that I think is going to be singled up a lot is Elo Omedozie, right?
Elo Omedozie, yeah.
Yeah. The Army transfer into this Georgia defense, Kublik said, they don't have a young man with this twitch, with this speed, this bend. And I know it is crazy I'm saying this about Georgia's defense, but he is that guy. I'm going to tell you this. I think he's going to be a real standout guy for us, even in the recruiting process recruiting him out of the portal. Yeah, guys coming out saying, hey, look, he's got the same measurables as Azeez Ojulari, but he's got longer arms. So what he's able to do coming off of that edge, it's going to be impressive to see. I'm looking forward to it. I agree with you, Caleb. I think, honestly, us and Bama, we're going to have the two best DBs in the conference. I'm not surprised in it at all. You look at the SEC Twitter page where they were giving their projections on first-team players. You look at the defense, the front four, the front seven is damn near Georgia players. You also look at special teams, it's all Georgia players. Clean sweep. Like clean sweep. Which, I can pull that up as well if you give me a second. But
yeah. In the meantime, though, like while you pull that up, you listen to Cole Kublik, and I'm not saying this because he wrote something good about Georgia. I like what Cole Kublik does. I feel like he knows ball. Like him playing formerly on the offensive line back in the day, I think he knows something when he sees a defensive line or, defensive guy. I trust it. He's been around it. You know what I mean? It's not just some average Joe. But I think it's interesting to see, though, too, the I don't know what's the best way to say this, but the demeanor that can be brought with Elo. Like coming from Army, you have to have that discipline. Isn't that ironic that you bring in somebody like that with the expectation of that level of discipline when we had issues with discipline last year in regards to jumping off sides or, just across the board, offense and defense, just not up to the standard. Part of me asks, do we get him if Damon Wilson hits the portal or doesn't hit the portal, I should say? Makes me wonder. Because, I think we all are aware Damon Wilson was expected to be the starting guy. Was supposed to be the guy. Goes to Missouri. Opens up a portal spot, and now you get Elo Mendoza. And, Keon, I know you're familiar with Azeez coming from, playing at the Giants and everything like that. So, thought he did fairly well, if I'm not mistaken, for y'all. Am I wrong?
He did just battled with injuries. The Giants have the worst turf in the NFL. So, that did plague him there for a bit. But when he was able to get on the field, he wreaked havoc for sure.
Yes. You sit there and you look at, what he brings in. All right. We've got a bunch of the safety transfers in. It seems like when we brought them in so far, it seems like they fit into the culture extremely well. And really, if you can kind of bring it and make it on a higher level, right? When you listen to Kirby Smart talk, right? Goes on to SEC Media Days, sits there. If you don't love the game of football, don't come to Georgia. If you don't want to be coached and be coached hard, don't come to Georgia. It's a whole different tune than what we heard last year. Feels completely different than what we heard from a not only from a speech and the things that he's saying, damn it, Trey, all the way to just how he's responding to different things too. I felt like his demeanor was a lot different last season. It was kind of lackadaisical at times, and it felt extremely off. And so part of me wonders if there's some things that happened last year that now that they're gone, it's time to get back to business and be the Kirby that we're used to. And if that's the case, I feel sorry for everybody that's trying to doubt Georgia. The last thing you want is a pissed off Kirby Smart. If you thought he was bad and chippy last year, now to this point, over and over and over, just Texas, Bama, Bama, Bama. Georgia getting doubted, right? Gunner getting doubted, all this stuff. Good and damn well Kirby's sitting there just like, thank you. Yeah. Now you're going to piss me off.
Yeah.
You're going to piss me off. That's the last thing that anybody really should look for.
But yeah, I think Kirby's got an extra chip on his shoulder too. He just with the passing of his dad and stuff. He's just got – I feel like Kirby's going to come with a different fire this year, and I hate to be on the other side of the sideline this year because I'm like you. I just think Kirby's coming in. I think we're going to see that fiery passion back. I think he's going to get down to business. I think it's going – I feel bad for Tennessee, honestly, because I think that's when it's really going to show up.
Yeah.
I hate them some bitches. So, God, I can't wait. But I do. I honestly, I don't know why I had that feeling, but I think Tennessee is going to be the one to get the brunt of it, and then everybody's going to look around like, oh shit, what's happening? Then on the Bama.
So this is what I'm looking at, right? So for the first team, for the defensive first team, you got Christian Miller listed for the D lineman. You have C.J. Allen listed as for one of the linebackers. You have K.J. Bolden, and you have Dalen Everett listed as the DBs. First team specialists. Listen to this shit. You got Brett Thorson, Peyton Woodring, Bo Gardner, Peyton Woodring, Zachariah Branch. Now, you have Brett Thorson for punter. You have Peyton Woodring for kicker. LS
long
snapper. Bo Gardner. Shout outs Bo Gardner. My apologies. And then yet again you have Peyton Woodring for the catcher, I believe, and you have Zachariah Branch, and then Zachariah Branch for returns on kicks and I believe punts. So
what a way. Well, you know what? We're not done with special teams. Okay, there's a special teamer that fits true and just near and dear to the hearts. That's our guy, Kobe Pierce. That's our guy, Kobe Pierce. Just want to give a huge shout out and congratulations. Him and Katie are expecting their first little one, a little girl coming in January. So congratulations to the Pierce family. About to be a pulling guard, even if she is a female. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get her. Kobe's gonna get her snapping right. Simple enough. Right. Again, no, congratulations, guys. Now we're done with special teams because I think that was just a fitting way to end that.
Special moment for special teams, man. Special moment for special teams.
Special teams, special moments. You know what I'm saying? Got Clyde the Glide in here. Said sup. What's going on?
What up, though, Clyde?
Right turn, Clyde. But no. Again, I want to go back to this. Do people genuinely understand how bad it is to publicly doubt Kirby Smart? Why you should not doubt Paul Smart? I think it's crazy. Anytime we've ever seen anything remotely close to any kind of disrespect, he goes out there and he just hunts, and he turns into the meme of Kirby with the red eyes, and it's just in reality, it's personified, and it's scary, even for Georgia fans. Even for Georgia fans, it's kind of make you a little bit sweaty, right? It's scary shit, but it's also a real good feeling knowing that he's my head coach.
Real shit.
That's
real shit.
I mean, I really don't know what to make of it. And it's not even, the disrespect doesn't come from, he'll find a way to motivate people, but people legitimately doubting this squad this season already. And it's pure in the heat of talking season. And you're getting a lot of negativity in regards to I feel like getting overlooked. Like we've talked about the additions to the portal. Right, last season you have a top 3 class in the recruiting rankings. I'm excited as shit about Elijah Griffin. I'm excited as hell about Isaiah Gibson. You've got Elias Williams. You've got Ethan Barbour, Talon Taylor, CJ Wiley. A lot of size there, right? The list goes on. Then I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say it right now since SEC Media Day is over. I'm calling it now. Quintavious Johnson is going to have a ridiculous season. Ridiculous season. So much so, people might not know that name, but I guarantee it, by the end of the season, it's a wrap. Household name, especially for Georgia fans. That's just, there's my take. Clip it. Clip it.
Run it back for him one more time, just so they can get it for you.
Quintavious Johnson, household name by the end of the season. Simple enough. Kid's a fucking avatar.
Mine?
Let's do this. Who do you I'm going to pose a question. I gave you my name to watch out for. If you want to choose a name to watch out for, who should people be on the lookout for? Go for it.
You go ahead. You were about to say it. Go ahead.
Don't all talk at once.
I'll go then. Y'all know who I'm going with. My man Elijah Griffin. Like I said, I have a lot of ties to him. Not personally, but kind of personally. Y'all know the story and
geographically.
Yeah. Well, that's the one that played with my dad. You know, all that good stuff. My dad got to meet him, so I think he's going to be an All-American. Honestly, like he's a big boy. We like them big boys at the defensive tackle position. I think he's going to reach.
Are we talking
straight?
Are we talking freshman American or
no? I'm talking first team, baby. Ooh. You can clip that shit too. Elijah Griffin, first team All-American. He's supposed to do some dirty things, boy. I'm ready.
See, Keon, I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna jump in on that. I'm gonna try to keep up with where Caleb went.
For me, I'm gonna say Dalen Everett. Locks.
You think he solidifies?
Yes, absolutely. I think he solidifies himself as one of the top 5 best corners.
Okay.
In the conference. I'm talking top.
I could say this. I'm gonna take it a step up because I like where you are with that. I'm gonna say the country.
Oh yeah, I can see it. But
I want to ask this.
Mm-hmm.
Sleepers. You got them. I'm not even gonna say Quintavious. I'll go something different because I could do it. But give us a sleeper. Right? Give us a sleeper. Who is going to just come out of nowhere and just light the world up?
I think Zachariah Branch is our first 1,000-yard wide receiver since Terrence Edwards.
So we're getting these takes out there. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Caleb, you seem like you were about to say something too.
We've been waiting on it. I'm going to stick with the defensive line. I think it's going to be Jordan Hall. I really like Jordan Hall. I've liked him since he came in. You know, he's been behind some studs. I think he's going to get his time to shine. I think he's going to show out too. I'm really big on our front seven this year. I know it was not as good last year as it has been in the past. I really think that's where we actually find our place and get back to the old school Georgia football ways and start breaking heads.
I'm going to stay on the defensive side of the ball, and I'm very, very torn about this right now because I could go either way. It's the same position either way. And I just don't know how the depth chart's going to play it, but I'm going to look at it this way, and I'll explain. I think Ja'Cory Thomas can easily make up for it. And the reason why I say that is because you bring in Zion Branch, you bring in Adrian Maddox, you bring in the kid from Miami. There is a lot of people gunning for your job. A lot. You can say the same for Jonah LaGuerre too, but nonetheless, Ja'Cory Thomas, you've paid your dues, you've stuck through this, you've stuck with this program. Now is the time for that to materialize and take advantage of it and run with it. Like I said, you've paid your dues. You sat behind Malachi Starks. You sat behind All the safeties, man. Like you sat behind all of them. And so now you're sitting in a situation. Dan Jackson, you sit behind him. A lot of good safeties there. That's a lot of NFL talent that I've just listed. Now is the time for him to take the reins at that safety position, aside from KJ Bolden, and run with it. Because if you don't, your ass is going to get left behind. And I would not be surprised the person that's going to benefit from that is more than likely going to be Zion Branch. I want Ja'Cory to exceed what people are thinking. Because right now, nobody's thinking about him. Everybody's thinking Zion Branch. Everybody's thinking Adrian Maddox. Rightfully so. But again, when it comes to sleeper, he's going to go under the radar. He's going to exceed that, and he's going to make strides. And he'll get drafted. And it'll be even sweeter because he sat there and he paid his dues. He worked his ass off, and he waited his turn. So, yeah, I am rooting full stop for Ja'Cory Thomas this season. So, yeah. Let's break it out again. Biggest impact freshman. Who is going to have that type of season as a freshman? I think, Caleb, you already mentioned yours. We know who yours is. Yours is Elijah Griffin, rightfully so, I understand. Keon, I'm going to pose the question to you. I'm going to turn it to you and let you respond. Impact freshman. As it stands right now, who do you think it is?
Can I give you two?
Oh, double trouble.
I just thought about it too. So this might not be a freshman. So for a freshman, I'm going to say Bo Walker. I think Bo Walker is going to make his presence known. I think he's going to go out there and ball. Actually, wait a second. Yeah, I'm going to do two. Give me his cousin Zayden Walker as well. I think the Walker boys is finna go crazy.
I'm going to have to be the devil's advocate here, sir. And I'll explain why. It is downright blasphemous that we've gone this far into this episode talking about the things that we have talked about and discussed without naming two of the biggest rising guys on this squad in Justin Williams and Chris Cole. I'm not knocking Zayden Walker at all.
See, I didn't list them because they were here last year. That's why I didn't list them.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about for Zayden Walker to have that kind of impact, he's going to have to find a way to get on the field outside of those guys.
Yeah.
And those guys, in my opinion, are going to play a lot.
Absolutely.
You know what? I'm going to count. This is via technicality here. It shouldn't be, but I'm going to make it. He's going to be a freshman to me. I think he's a red shirt. I think he redshirted. And now that I'm thinking about it, Keon, I think you and Caleb are both going to enjoy this very heavily.
All right.
His name is broken up into 3 segments.
I drafted him.
He's on the defensive line, and he was hurt last year. But give me Joseph Jonah Ajanye.
I drafted him. He ain't flying under my radar. He's on my draft squad, baby.
Just saying. It's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see because when you look at that defensive line, you've got a Jonye that can play at the end. You've got Nnamdi Agboko, which, hey, that's not on my radar. Yes, sir. That's not under my radar. Carolina connection right there. You talked about Jordan Hall earlier, Caleb. The name that we haven't discussed, and again, some blasphemous stuff, Keon, Caleb. I need one to stay healthy. Two, I need you to be the vocal leader of this defense and arguably the team. And that is my man Percy, number 52, Chris DeMilla. I need him to first stay healthy, because if he stays healthy, he's a freak of fucking nature. He's going to be violent. He's going to be the leader of the team. He's already vocal leader, but now I want to see it backed up on the field. What better way to do it than to stay healthy and just wreak havoc all season? You're going to need it. You're going to need it. You're going to need it because you've got a lot of big games, but the benefit is you're at home. That's who you use to fire these guys up and be the vocal leader on the field. I'm telling you right now, all of that, what we just said, means I'm fucking excited for this season.
Absolutely.
I ain't mentioned Gabe Harris either. Till now. It's going to be fun, folks. Keep doubting us, though. Thank you for that. Keep doubting us. I want to think of another guy, Keon. This is the moment of the show. This is a part of the show where we're just sitting here getting excited, folks. Everybody's been sitting here like just in this kind of lull and hibernation. We're like the big bear, right? Y'all are the big bear. We're the stick that's poking and prodding and waking your ass up. I'll tell you another one. Keon, you talked about Bo Walker. We've kind of, glazed over him for a little bit. But I'm telling you right now, somebody I think can capitalize on the fact that Branson Robinson left. Can you take a guess? I'm thinking Chauncey Bowens.
Yep. It's going to be a big year. See, that's what I'm saying, man. We're going to be loaded on this roster. So I think this is going to be a great year for the Dawgs. And that's, it's crazy. We're listing everything we talked about. Even a few, like I mentioned, Zachariah Branch. We talked about the running backs. We talked about the D-line, DBs. Man, I'm going to be honest with you. If Gunnar Stockton can just put it together, that's the biggest question. Because if Gunnar Stockton can put it together, bro, I don't see anybody. I just don't see anybody stopping us, honestly.
I think now is the perfect time we sit there and focus this show on the quarterback position. A lot of the reason being is we've given you example after example after example, all the positions, the depth, what we're expecting, what we want to see, but we've yet to talk about the most important position and the reason for the most of this doubt that's being cast on Georgia right now. And that starts with Gunnar Stockton. So I think now's the perfect time to just have this discussion. Keon, whoever wants to answer this or to talk about this, I don't think people are giving him the credit of having the reins of the quarterback position for the entirety of the season. Now that obviously you've had the off season to work and get the reps and do this. It's not the same Gunnar Stockton that came in 15 minutes and won you a conference championship. It's not the same Gunnar Stockton that had 2 weeks outside of that to prepare for a bowl game against Notre Dame and an excellent defensive secondary. It's not. You've had months to prepare to be the quarterback of Georgia.
Listen, what G14 Classified is going to be able to come into this team, step in under center or even in shotgun, and be able to command the huddle, command the team, and lead these guys. And you're talking about a guy that's a certified baller. You're talking about a guy, his first collegiate start was against a top 10 defense in Notre Dame, threw for over 250 yards, a touchdown, and no interceptions against DBs that went first round.
Yeah.
in a playoff game.
I think a lot of people took the fact that we struggled. And if you really look at it, Gunner didn't lose us that game. People were going to argue he didn't win us the game, but he also didn't. Like, he didn't also, like, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't lose us the game. I think we've all known that the same issues that plagued us last season really all together, just a mass exposure. Same shit at the same time. Anyways, I think you're right. What's going to benefit this too, and I think a lot of people are overlooking the fact of this. When you look around, not only the SEC, but the entire scope of college football, your programs that are contenders and national title aspirations, how many of them are starting quarterbacks that, one, haven't played much meaningful snaps, or two, playing with a new team because they transferred? There's a lot of that. A lot of it. I mean, think about this. This is in no way, shape, or form saying that these are bad players. So for the record, you've got Julian Sand at Ohio State, Bryce Underwood, Michigan. You bring in Alabama with Ty Simpson, obviously Georgia with Gunner Stockton, Arch Manning finally getting the reins at Texas. You've got some experienced guys, right? I think you look at Garrett Nussmeier at LSU. I think you look at Carson, obviously down in Miami. I think you look at Castellanos at Florida State. Want to talk about that for just a second, though. Give me a minute. But then you got Drew Aller at Penn State. And so the teams that have the aspirations to be the true national title contenders, there's a lot of uncertainty at that quarterback position. A lot of inexperience around it as well. So where's all the other negativity, and why are we not passing that around? Any answers? I'll wait. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
I'll say what makes me feel comfortable about it, though, is the last quarterback at Georgia that really got doubted and really loved the University of Georgia won us 2 national championships. And he got, the fan base,
there's people that still don't believe in him.
Still don't believe in him. And I've been telling people all day, when Matthew Stafford goes, he's going to be the Rams quarterback. Just putting that out there. We ain't going to get into that. But you put some fire in these Georgia boys who love the University of Georgia, who fought their way to earn the QB1 title.
Because he waited he's patiently waited too.
He's patiently waited, and he's one of these, just like Stetson, who don't care. He doesn't give a shit about what anybody's saying. He keeps his head down. Well, Stetson was a little more vocal and a little more crazy, but Gunner's got that quiet confidence. He keeps his head down. He just minds his own business, and I think that's a recipe for success. I think Gunner's going to be fine. Now, if he's anything like he is on NCAA 26, I'll be ready to kick him out of his F-150.
You said Puglisi for starting.
Yeah, I'm saying, but
I don't know. I've seen enough against Notre Dame. In my opinion, I've seen enough against Notre Dame to feel that we can stretch the field vertically, and especially with what receivers we've brought in, there shouldn't be a lack of that. Like, when you look at Gunner Stockton, I think the identity and how our offense looks is about to make a drastic change. Because you cannot sit here and tell me that Carson Beck and Gunner Stockton are, I wouldn't say they're polar opposites, but they are very different. Very different. So the dynamic of this offense, what we're expecting it, is one thing. But if you're just now listening to us for the first time, this summer or whatever, or since the end of this last season, this offense is going to look totally different. And if it doesn't, there's some serious questions being pointed at Mike Bobo. Yeah. Because not only did you recruit this kid, you've known him his whole life. That is your guy. He came with you from South Carolina. He is your guy. If you can't change the offense to fit his strengths, either what are you doing, or Kirby Smart, do you have too much control over this offense? One of the two, and I'm going to say it's probably going to be on Bobo before it would be on Kirby. But I'm telling you right now, you're going to see more read options, and less layering footballs. You're not going to see deep over routes. You're not. You're going to see vertical shots. You're going to see comebacks. You're going to see outs. You're going to see route designs and concepts that are going to basically allow him to just throw the football like damn Eric Gagne, right? He's not a Greg Maddux. He is not. Nowhere close. Motherfucker's a Paul Skeens, though. He'll throw that bitch 100. Or Aroldis Chapman. There you go, Keon. Aroldis Chapman. 103 mile an hour. Just fire that fucking pigskin in there.
Yeah, I appreciate the Chapman shout out. But also, wait a second. I'm glad you brought that up. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
While I was looking that up, I'm just glad you take away the Paul Skeens comparison, because we don't need another blonde messing up our quarterback.
Oh, good point. I'm glad I changed that now. You're right.
Do want to point out the fact my Yankees did win the series against the Braves.
For any of the Braves fans in here, oh, tough shit. Acuna still tagged that dude out from third, which was nuts.
Just win one in the last 15 years, please. It's been a minute, Yankee man. Sit down.
No, last 15, we did win one, actually.
No, win. 2009? That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
That's 26 years.
I was going to say, that ain't 15 years.
That's 16.
Well, if we're going off last season, it's 15 years. It's 15 years going off last season.
Either way.
We haven't made it to this World Series yet, so it's 15 years. We made it.
Oh. Either way. But no, I think we have to acknowledge the fact that this offense, we have to expect it to look different, for sure. One thing I will say for sure, though, I don't see there being a lack of effort and trust in Gunnar from the kids on the field, because Caleb, when he came on that field, when he took over, obviously after Carson got hurt, it felt different.
Man, being at the game, it felt different. Even the crowd, it was like, oh, here we go. You just felt it. I don't know what it was. It was just a weird, it was just his aura just took over the dome. And you knew it was like the first big play he made, everybody's like, we started moving the ball a little bit more. And I don't know what it was, man. It's just something about his aura, the way he carries himself. It's like it's the light switch.
To me, it seemed like the guys gave more effort with him on the field.
Yeah.
And as a quarterback, that is huge, because that means you have your locker room. You have the locker room. I'm not saying that he did or didn't last season, but it didn't. It felt completely different than when Carson was on the field last season. I'm not taking a shot at Carson by any means. I'm not doing that. But it felt different, again, when Gunnar took the field. Those kids believed and they bought in to him being the quarterback. And you can't sit here and tell me that is not important for not only his confidence, but the offense and the team, because it starts with him, it ends with him. I just have to believe that. I understand people can say Stetson Bennett was this in 2021, right? That defense carried everything. While that may be accurate, you can't sit there and say that Stetson didn't also make key plays to win games too. So the same is going to be looked at in regards to Gunnar Stockton.
That's a fact.
How it looks, completely different. They're different quarterbacks. But I will say this. Get your ass on the ground.
Man.
You are the starter now. You are not the backup.
Hell no. Throw your shoulder into him, Gunner. I'm just kidding.
Shit,
We crazy in Georgia, baby. We crazy down here.
Ryan Puglisi will get in that game and not let go of that starting role.
You think he's gonna slide too? Puglisi's crazy too.
I don't think Puglisi is lowering his shoulder and shit. I just don't.
I understand that Gunner, that was how he played all the way back in high school. But I remember sitting there watching, excuse me. I remember sitting there watching him and Raven play Prince Ave. Didn't make a lick of sense.
Look, bro.
He played bully ball back then. I was like, man, if he was committed to Georgia. No. He was South Carolina at that time. That's right. I was like, man, when he gets to the next level, he better learn to slide because you ain't gonna be able to do that shit.
I'll tell you,
ain't gonna be able to do that shit.
That jerk, when his senior year, he came down to South Georgia and he got his ass blistered. Them Thomasville boys were tearing him up, but that's besides the point.
That's also South Georgia too, but
yeah, I mean we
it's
crazy.
Different beast down there.
Yeah, I was gonna say this red dirt
down there.
Red dirt roads, man. That's all we got down here. You kick possums and you play football.
And mosquitoes that can rape a turkey flat-footed.
Please, don't even get me started on them.
Bro.
I hate mosquitoes and gnats. I hate gnats too.
You get down in South Georgia, them gnats are the size of a fucking Yorkie. That shit is crazy.
Bro, I'm telling you. I went golfing a couple of weeks ago, dude. The gnats about flew me to Athens. I mean, dang. It was bad. I hate it.
Kean, we're talking about animals. How's the unofficial mascot of the show, Snoop? How's he doing?
So he's doing good. He's already destroyed 3 toys. Bought him 2 more. I think I got one that's kind of indestructible. So we're just testing out the theory and just seeing how long it can go. But as of now, he's doing good. He's sleeping. Currently, gonna wake him up after the show just for the final potty break of the night, and then let him go right back to sleep. You know, sometimes we try to go up and just tap the cage to wake him up. Sometimes we walk into the room and scream, "Here we go!" and then he just pops up.
Who said what?
Yeah, I know. So that's really about it.
Yeah, no, kind of getting back onto the topic here. You know, just looking at this team, man. Listen. You saw me take the glasses off, right, guys?
Yeah.
I genuinely am having a hard time believing the doubt that George is getting, because I'm sitting there looking at the defense. 54%, and they made the stat at SEC Media Days. 54% starting comes back. It could be better. Definitely could be better. But it's also showing you that this team is a mix of old and young, with the starting experience, with not.
Yeah.
So when I look at that, you see a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Right? You see a lot of potential there. There's no reason for me to believe that the defense can't carry, if need be. However, I don't think it's your typical Georgia defense-led team like 2021. I don't see that. I think the offense and the defense can independently carry themselves and be complementary football team again. And if that happens and things get put into place, good luck coming to Athens.
Yeah.
Because you could very well say that the SEC runs through Athens. Want to make a pick right now, guys? Let's do this. We're gonna have fun way too early. If you don't feel confident, I ain't gonna hold you to it. SEC championship right now. Prior to fall camp, I want to clarify, because we'll do the same thing again post because injuries and things like that. As it stands right now, who do you got in December in Atlanta?
It's going to be Georgia versus Alabama.
I can see that. Caleb, what about you?
I'm going Georgia Bama as well.
It's going to be interesting. I'm going Vanderbilt, and it's not really.
Hey, don't troll the Vandy boys. Hold on now. You know that's.
I will. Listen.
Hey, stay close to the crew.
Probably is going to be interesting. We'll see how that goes. No, I would say Georgia. I think Georgia Bama just gets that feel to it. But there's one team that I'm very intrigued by how they do, and that's LSU. Because hear me out on this. If LSU gets over the hump and they beat Clemson to start the season, all bets are off. I think LSU's rightfully in the square in the thick of the SEC hunt.
What happens if South Carolina blasts LSU, though? They're going to be around, too.
I don't think it happens, though.
I'm just saying.
Listen, we're getting – keep in mind, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We got the DGD Pick'ems coming back. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now the question is Jaden going to do it again this year? Because hopefully not, because may give one of us a chance.
Man, holy shit.
I'm sorry, man. I ain't enjoying this show to get beat by a 6-year-old, man. Jaden, you
rivals now. He's 7 now. He's 7 now.
We rivals.
You're older. You're wise.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see his picks, man.
Listen,
Caleb, when I tell you he beat the fuck out of us, I mean, we got to about week 9. I'm like, I don't even think I know football anymore. This kid is.
Nah, shitting me. Now, I will say this. He had the benefit of the doubt to pick one game, but he also got to pick his game of the week. That's something that happened last season, Caleb. He picked his game of the week and picked the winner. And if the winner hit, he got 3 points. The Brigade got three points. So he kept himself in there. There was how many times he didn't miss? He didn't miss until we beat Texas.
That's crazy. I remember him picking Bama.
Yeah, I made a video after that because I felt stupid.
I remember him, and it's funny. I think I want to say I remember him picking the Iowa State-Iowa game. I think I remember watching that episode. I think it was Iowa State. Now it was Iowa State and somebody, and I was like, "Dang!" It was.
Buddy,
I like the wrinkle. It's definitely.
It was nuts, dude. I'm telling you right now. Part of me is like, hey, we're not doing it this year. I'm like, hey, we're gonna give ourselves a chance, boys.
No,
but no, we don't. No, we're like Georgia though. We don't sleep on competition. We don't shy away from it.
Nah, let the kid cook.
Oh shit, he was cooking.
Let the kid cook,
dude.
That shit took over the kitchen for real.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, he had like 4 weeks where he had his pick'em. He picked the game, was right on that. Picked the game of the week, was right on that.
Dude, spreads. He hit spreads.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. Like all of the ones.
That's what I'm calling on Friday nights. Hey, what's the parlay?
I'm like, dude,
hold on.
You parlayed those tickets and just put $10 down on it.
Dude, you hit money last year. If somebody was willing to listen to Jaden last year, people made money. Dude, speaking of, is that something we need to discuss? Maybe set up a little Wednesday night parlay during the season.
I'm down
on the show.
I'm down because I actually do gamble.
Make our 3-team parlay for the week.
I'm down with that because I actually gamble, so I'll look at it.
I don't gamble because it's technically not legal in the state of Texas, but I am here to give any form of advice in spirit for any of my fellow friends of mine who are degenerate.
Telling you right now, just let Jaden pick it. He'll win.
No, seriously, dude, that shit was crazy. Like he was picking games that I was like, bro, they're not gonna win, right? And then the game comes, and you're just like, yo, what in the hell? This kid is Rain Man.
I'm just saying, maybe it was because he was 6. New year could be different. We'll see. Oh, we gotta have these business discussions, by the way, with that. Listen, that's all we've got for the night. I think, listen, if you liked what you heard, like, subscribe, rate us, review us. Make sure you ring that bell, folks. The season's here. There's no excuses. No excuses. And also, while you're at it, make sure to go to our friends over at Alumni Hall and get yourself geared up for game day. Get you some polos. Get you some, you name it. They got it all. It's licensed, Nike, Cutter and Buck, Peter Millar. Good shit. Good shit.
The shit is good.
Yes, very. But no, get yourself geared up. Go to dgdpod.com/alumni hall and shop there today. Or you can go visit them in Athens. They're at the Oconee Connector. Mention the show and get 10% off in the stores. So make sure to take note of that when you're going down for a game and you're going into Athens. Make sure to take the time to go there. Tell them we sent you and get 10% off your order. So get yourself geared up the right way to do it with our friends over at Alumni Hall. That's all we've got. Any final thoughts, any takeaways before we end this for the night?
I just want to say shout out to all the crew that showed up today, all the boys that came from Twitch. Good to see y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow, bright and early, 3 Eastern. Love y'all boys. And thank y'all for being Have in this chat, because y'all animals over in mine.
So the savages are coming out is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind, Caleb goes live on this channel over at Twitch 3 and 7, Monday through Friday. Well, we're going to have to make some changes here once we go to 2 shows a week. Make an announcement on that a little bit later. But as the time comes near, we're going to move up to 2 again. That means everything is getting really serious at that point. Keon, any final thoughts, takeaways before we wrap this up?
Talking season for me is over with. For those of y'all that follow me on social media, I'm no longer going back and forth with anybody outside of my fan base about my team. I'm not answering questions about my team, comments, concerns. I'm not going back and forth and back, 4th and 1. None of that. If you have a take on my team, the Georgia Bulldogs, especially for the Twitter folks, tweet it out and tag me. And at the end of the season, when we get to, SEC play, we'll review it. But until then,
you might just make the show. You never know.
No, for real. You will make the show. I promise.
I just thought of something. It needs to be addressed while it's still recent. I need y'all's opinions on the Castellanos talking, the talking he had against Bama, saying that Nick Saban's not there to save him. That right there is the most nail in the coffin thing I think I've ever heard in my life.
Whatever that spread is in that game, take Alabama.
It's 12.5 right now.
Buddy, that's a smack right now.
That's what I said.
Fuck that.
Put the rent on that one.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what he
was
was
a bad move there, buddy. Keon, there's another thing going around. You talked about Twitter X. This hit viral. Fran Brown made news.
Sure did. Miami diss track, where they closed out by saying, "Oh yeah, and fuck Fran Brown." Fran Brown heard
it. That 50 Cent meme come out in perfect fashion too. Fuck you saying fuck me for? Not for real though. It's funny. What makes it even funnier to me is the fact that Syracuse beat them and you're still talking shit on them. It's like, come on, guys. Like, listen. I'm not taking away from the song itself. Okay, just not taking. I'm not taking away from that. It's just, I don't know if I would be talking shit to Syracuse because they did beat you and they knocked you out of the playoffs officially. So I get why you're upset. I do. So sure, if that's how you feel. But, Fran Brown, it was hilarious to see that, though. It was hilarious. It really was. I don't know if you've seen that, Caleb, or not, but if not, I'll have to show you. It's pretty good. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I know you talked about it on the app.
Oh, no, it's pretty good. Not going to lie.
Yeah. It's just funny to listen to it. I mean, knowing that Fran Brown said something in response to it when he woke up this morning. It's like, damn.
Yeah, he was like, you know what? This is actually tough. Can't even get mad.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, that's all we've got. Listen, talking season's over, folks. Keon said it. I'm saying it again. Talking season's over. It's time to fucking go. Get yourself ready for the season. Tune in every night that we're on live, Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern. Come prepared. We're going to talk dog. We're going to have some fun because this is not a game right now. It's serious. It's just all business right now. Come prepared. Let's see that fire and that passion, that energy. Let's reciprocate that. With that being said, though, I'm Robert. That's Caleb. That's Keon. That's all we've got for you. Make sure to tune in next week, next episode. We'll catch y'all later. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.